I'm sorry to break it to you, but this isn't the top. While the market hesitates, while many are watching daily price charts, smart money, the institutions, are making their move. And it's no small move. They're accumulating XRP at a rate we've never seen before. Let me show you 5 key signals that prove that this is only the calm before the storm. And once the storm hits, it won't be beautiful. It will be brutal. And if you're not prepared, you could get swept away. Okay, first, let's address the obvious. XRP's price has been consolidating for months. However, there's one data point that's changing everything. A metric that indicates whales holding over 1 million XRP tokens. And that number has gone completely parabolic. It went from around 150 wallets a year ago to over 600 today. Why are these whales accumulating so aggressively? Well, historically, these types of accumulation spikes don't follow price. They drive it. Here's a perfect example. Back in February 2021, as this metric spiked, so did XRP's price. Same thing in October 2022. As the metric spiked, XRP went parabolic. And look, I get it. Some say it's too early to measure, but you can see the same pattern here. Whales are hoarding XRP like never before. And with the recent news and announcements, they're not doing it for fun. They're betting big. The second signal we need to look at is lower interest rates. Listen to this. The markets are now giving an 88% chance that the U.S. Federal Reserve will lower interest rates in September. Why is this important? Since the Fed started raising rates 2 years ago, we've been in a financial headwind. Investors prefer safe assets like bonds over risky investments like crypto. Lower rates change everything because it removes the opportunity cost. It makes crypto much more appealing. Imagine sitting on a pile of cash, earning 5% interest per year in a bank, when suddenly a new investment opportunity comes along, offering 6%. What would you do? You'd shift your money, right? That's human nature. You want the best return? Well, that time has come. In a few weeks, the Fed will likely cut rates, unleashing a wave of money, seeking higher returns. Where do you think that cash will go? But third, we have legitimacy. Something monumental just happened. The U.S. Federal Housing Finance Agency just approved the use of cryptocurrencies for mortgage down payments. This is huge because it legitimizes crypto in the eyes of governments. This alone would make conservative investors who previously couldn't use crypto take a second look. Why? Because a government agency just said, yes, this is a valid form of payment. This is like getting your parents' approval to date that cool person you like. Suddenly, things become more serious. Now, are any of these points irrefutable proof that XRP is about to soar? No, but taken together, they paint a clear picture. The big money is gearing up. Okay, fourth, let's dive into real-time action. Let me introduce you to a company called Vivo Power. They just raised $121 million to invest in, guess what? XRP. Think about it. A company gets $121 million to invest. They choose XRP. Does that say anything about their confidence in the price? Absolutely. What's even more interesting is how they're investing. They're using proxy companies to buy XRP because some institutional investors can't directly own crypto. Their structure won't allow it. So what do? They find publicly traded shell companies, buy them, then use those companies to purchase crypto. It's a legal workaround to access digital assets. And Vivo Power isn't the only one doing this. Recently, a major Canadian pension fund did the same thing. They bought a stake in a crypto mining company, effectively gaining indirect exposure to Bitcoin. It's all about positioning themselves before the big move. Okay, now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Some people will say the price hasn't moved yet. And you know what? They're right. But remember, we're not looking for the trigger. We're looking for the setup. And the setup is almost complete. We have whales accumulating, lower interest rates, government legitimacy, major institutional buying, and a ton of ETF applications waiting in the wings. Now tell me, what's missing? Look, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know if XRP will hit $100 tomorrow. But what I do know is this. We are at a pivotal moment. The traditional world is knocking on crypto's door, and they want in. The question isn't if they will join, it's when. So if you ask me, the real question isn't if XRP will go up, but when.